titled Warrior Discussion English Counterparts 1. We are delighted to see you all, and we hope everyone has been enjoying the wonderful sessions that have been going on earlier. We've been very excited to see so many great speakers. And I want to go ahead and introduce our panelists, and we will start asking them questions. Thank you again for attending. All right, and I'll ask our panelists if they have the access to video. Oh, I think we lost one of them. Okay, if they can go ahead and turn on their videos, and so we can see their beautiful faces. All right. I'll give a brief introduction. We have Ms. Nene Mpudu, and I apologize if I mispronounce anybody's name. I'll have you say it properly. And I know you go by Ne, so it's lovely to see you. She originates from Zambia, and she has a very fascinating background, which I'll let her get into in detail. Currently, she is pursuing a degree in public administration and working at a government institution as a supervisor. And as we get into details of her sickle cell story, I'll let her share that. Our other speaker today, panelist, Miss Eunice Owino, and if she's able to turn on her video, we will hopefully see her soon. She is a sickle cell disease advocate as well as a warrior, and she has several leadership and regional roles in Kenya, which I will also allow her to share when we get to those points. But we are just delighted to see them today. And if any of our other panelists join us, we will also be able to add them. And hopefully they're not having technical difficulties. Okay, so ladies, let's just kick this off. You know, we only have 30 minutes to talk about a very important topic. And we know our counterparts will be sharing in various languages throughout the day. But I wanted to hear in your own words a brief introduction of yourself, and also share with us the type of sickle cell disease that you have. And let's start with you, Ms. Ne. And please unmute.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Firstly, I would like to thank the Australian Sickle Cell Advocacy and all the cooperative partners for according me this very humbling opportunity to share my lived experience on this platform. My name's Nene Mpundu. I'm the fifth one from a family of 6, and I have sickle cell disease type SS, and I'm a sickle cell advocate.
Thank you. And Ms. Eunice, can you please go ahead and give your brief introduction as well?
Thank you so much, Dr. Titi. My name is Eunice Owino. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya. And first and foremost, I'd really like to thank Agnes and the Australia team just to be able to give me this opportunity to talk about sickle cell. I run my own foundation for sickle cell. It's called Sickle Cell Uhuru Trust, and I also sit in the mother umbrella for Kenya, which is the Sickle Cell Federation of Kenya. So it's a pleasure to be here, and I hope we'll have a very interactive session. And just to ask people who are watching us or listening to us to keep on asking us questions, and we'll tell them, because living with sickle cell is not easy, but we are here today.
That is right.
Thank you.
That is very right. Thank you for starting us off with that encouragement. So let me start with you, Eunice. You know, you mentioned that you want to make sure people who are listening know that they can overcome the challenges with sickle cell. But let's be honest, tell me some of the greatest challenges you faced as a warrior. I think I like the way that warrior has been used to represent sickle cell disease. And as many people know from the Sickle Cell Warrior group, and now it's nationally embraced, internationally embraced. But a warrior has battles. A warrior has battles. So tell me, what is and tell us, your greatest sickle cell challenge, and how are you facing that battle? How are you fighting it? Is it something you've already overcome? If you feel comfortable, go ahead.
Personally, my greatest battle right now, I'm fighting leg ulcers, which is not amazing. It has made me not to wear anything skirtish. So I'm always wearing trousers just to try hide the leg, because anytime somebody sees the leg ulcer, yeah, they're not really oozing, but it has formed kind of a wound on the leg. So it looks like you were burned, and then it came and mixed with eczema, which I also have. So my legs, I usually don't expose them. So it's one thing when people see, they ask you, were you burnt or what happened to your legs? And then also I remember when I did a total hip replacement because of my left leg, which was very painful. And after doing the surgery, I am better. But now I had to be discriminated at the workplace and not being and people started viewing me in another way, because when I left to go and do the total hip replacement, I went with 2 legs, and coming back to the office, now you're coming with 4 legs. And it's actually, for me, that was the turning point for me now to start with advocating for the rest of the people who are living with sickle cell, especially in Kenya, because in an African setting, I can say people have a lot of myths around sickle cell. So discrimination is one of the key things that, as a person living with sickle cell, you need to not listen to. You need to encourage yourself and say, I am better. God knows why I was born with sickle cell, and I have to overcome it. Because if you put a lot of negative things around you, or you just let people to speak down towards you, then for me, it is a place where I always tell people, you will never outgrow or overcome what you're facing, unless you're the one who tells yourself that, yes, I have sickle cell, but when I don't have a sickle cell crisis or a sickle cell pain, I am as normal as any other person, and I can do and achieve whatever thing I am called to do, or whatever thing I'm passionate to do, uh, from your profession to dancing to being a basketballer to being a footballer. Nothing limits anybody who has sickle cell.
Thank you for sharing some of those painful times in your life, and also for giving us, again, such a graceful, encouraging message about how to overcome. And I want to come back to that in a few minutes, but let me go to your counterpart, Ms. Nay. Can you share what you consider your greatest challenge has been? And as Ms. Eunice had gone through the things that she has faced, what are things you can resonate with, and what are things that are maybe unique to you?
I think I'm one person who's very positive, and my greatest challenge with me is having major operations, hip surgeries, hip replacements on both legs. One was done in 2009, and then the other one 2016 on both legs. And you know where you do your surgeries and you think to be 100% okay, and then it doesn't work like that. So that has been my greatest challenge, and I've developed knee problems, as well as my back, which is so badly affected. So I do not do certain things, like I cannot bend 90 degrees. I cannot pick up anything that falls on the ground because of pain and because of the degree of the pain that I go through. So every day it's not a good day in the morning, because I have to wake up early, start preparing for work, and I have classes. I have a life after work. I go for classes. I'm also an advocate for mainly I do advocacy with the kids in a nearby area at a hospital with people who live with sickle cell. So I think that has been my greatest challenge with my replacements, where I hoped and pray that they'll be 100% okay, but instead they've worsened and affected my knee. So I use a walking stick wherever I go. That is my support, my supported leg, I call it. And I leave myself. I try to make myself busy in terms of. I'm a full member of a Rotary Club. I need to attend those meetings as well as advocacy. So I think that has really helped me a lot in terms of living positively, because I'm always reminding myself to say there are people who are in a worse condition than I am. So I'm grateful to God that every day I have an opportunity to do my work as well as school and job.
Oh my goodness, wow. And you know, those are tough examples for both of you facing hip surgeries, and then also the other stresses. I almost want, and you know, you don't have to share your age, but I can see that some of these things happen to you later in time. So it's almost as if you already were used to sickle cell being a certain way in your life. And then you had a new health complication. You had to get the hip surgery, or the doctor is telling you some other new news. How does that impact you? You know, this kind of, wait a second, I already know how to deal with sickle cell. And then why is this thing happening? What is this new thing that's coming? You know, what would you say to people who are fearful about that or are nervous about that? And how did you process these new things, or what appeared to be new things?
I didn't get your question.
So if, I don't know when you needed your hip replacement, but I'm assuming it was not when you were a child or not when you were younger. So I was wondering, if you're facing sickle cell already, doing well, and you know, finding a natural balance with sickle cell, suddenly you have to get a hip replacement. And how did you process when you have something new that happens with your sickle cell?
You know what? With sickle cell, I've learned that it comes with a lot of challenges, and these challenges you have to be aware of. I've always told my friends who have sickle cell, like when they bring news to them, they have to embrace it. What I did was to actually research about hip surgery. I had to research, and yeah, I talked to people who've had very positive hip replacements, and they're doing very well. I'm not yet 40, I'm still young, but it just breaks my heart to go through certain surgeries that you hope will be successful, and unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that. But my life has to keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to know your condition. This is a very best platform where I'm learning, where I've met so many people with positive attitude, and that's what I encourage everyone. I believe in positivity. I believe to get to know doctors. Doctors should be your friends. Nurses should be your friends. Every person working in the Ministry of Health should be your friend.
Wow.
Because there were some questions that I had, like, look, I'm now getting a backache. I'm now getting my knee. My knees are going through. I don't know. They're just. I'm always in pain, like I said. But if I let that affect me, believe me, I wouldn't be the person I am today, because it will wear me down. So sickle cell to me That's why we call it, it's just a condition. We call it a condition. You can live a normal life. There are people who are in a worse situation than I am. And I thank God every day I wake up to say, oh, I have a life, I have a life. I have to keep going. I have to study. I have to work up. I have to do this, that, attend meetings, do my advocacy work, which I really enjoy. Positivity is the greatest system. I believe to be positive is very, very important. And don't let any negativity, come around you. No, stay away from negativity. Know your condition. Know how best you can go about it. Know how best you can beat this. I believe we can beat this, and together we can.
Oh, amen. That was wonderful, Ms. Nay. That was just so powerful. You mentioned how basically empowering yourself with knowledge, in addition to looking for support systems, and in addition to that positive spirit, all of those things and more. Thank you so much. Ms. Eunice, what would you add to what she said?
Personally, I can say my journey was a bit different, because I remember when I was 23, I was having very severe pain on the left leg. And I saw so many orthopedic surgeons, but nobody actually explained to me what I was suffering from until 10 years later. That's when I found a very good orthopedic surgeon who told me, go Google AVN, what it means, and then compare now your x-rays and see how it has eaten your hip till now arthritis had formed. So it was the place of, I was feeling severe pain, or when you wake up, you just fall and your hip locks and you can't do anything.